It's Friday. It's the day after the season premiere of Season 7 of Project Runway. And those of you who saw the show, welcome. Those of you who DVR'd it, you may want to turn this off because I'm going to spoil everything for you. I hate to say. I just wanted to say a few things about the first episode. One being that when we begin with 16 designers, as we have for the last number of seasons, it's very hard to be able to wrap your brain around all of them. I mean, even I can't, and I'm living with them practically. We're presenting a challenge, we're introducing everybody, they're designing for the challenge, they're presenting it on the runway. There's a lot to tell and a lot to do in 44 minutes. So bear with us. As the season progresses, you're going to be learning much more about these designers, and we can build much more depth of character. There were a couple things I just wanted you to know about that first episode, because we had a lot to do and a lot to achieve. One being the weather. The show was taped last summer. It was taped in June and July, 30 straight days, and it poured last summer in New York. Absolutely poured. So we had two miraculous dry spells, one on the rooftop of the Atlas, and we've been up there planning on going to another space and not using the rooftop, but the clouds parted. In fact, the sun came out, we had our champagne toast, and we skedaddled. The same thing happened the next day in Central Park. It had been pouring, and we were prepared to go somewhere else. We had all the fabrics from Mood were all covered with plastic drop cloths because we didn't want them to get wet. And then miraculously, the clouds parted, the sun came out for the 3 hours that we needed to do everything. Set up, get the designers there, tape this, have them rush to get their fabrics, and then of course edit, and then get out of the park. It took us about 3 hours. As soon as we got into the vans to go back to Parsons, it started to pour all over again. So the gods like Project Runway. It's quite obvious. Couple things about the workroom visits. You barely see me. I'm in and I'm out. In fact, I spend equal time with all the designers, and I make 3 rounds of the workroom. And I have to say, when we have 16 designers, it takes about 3 hours to make a round. So as soon as I'm done, I'm ready to start all over again. We had a lot of interesting work presented on the runway. I have to say about Christiane, so sorry to see her go. She's an incredibly talented designer, but it wasn't negotiable. I mean, the work was so poorly made. I felt sick about it, and there's nothing I could do. I mean, we couldn't send little elves in to help her. And I know that she's deft at execution. I know that she knows how to make clothes. It was just a terrible misstep. And for the designers, their first day on the show, really, they're not used to the cameras. They're not used to the whole cadence and rhythm of how the show works. And it can be derailing, as it was in Christiane's case. I also want to say something about Ping. I'm telling you, her look was not done. Her model's in to get dressed to go to the runway. And what is Ping doing? She's walking back and forth doing this crazy choreography for a model, having to do with this ankle flip. I don't know what that was all about. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm saying, Ping, your look isn't done yet. What are you doing? Stop this right now. And she's tenacious, she's dogged in her own way, and she's stubborn. So you didn't see very much of that. I know that there was a little snippet of it on Models of the Runway, but it was not even close to what I witnessed and what I saw. But you gotta love her. I mean, she has a definite point of view, and she has a definite personality, and she is indicative of the designers that we have on Season 7. They're full of personality, and they're full of great talents. So come visit us next week. We're taking a little field trip, and it was pouring.